Welcome to the Art Lady channel at home. And here I am in my backyard, and we're about to go in and see my first project. And this project is going to be to add drapes to this sunroom that I had installed several years ago. But my problem is the sunroom is made entirely of aluminum, and I want to have the drapes go from wall to wall on all three sides. So let me show you what I've figured out and the best solutions to my problems. Now, for years I've had these shears that I'm coming in, and the shears worked out fine, and I just had the shears on these extension rods, and that was fine. And then I wanted to purchase some heavier drapes so that they could become more insulating. This room is really hot, we're in Florida, and so I needed some kind of insulation. Even though these are double pane windows, it still gets quite hot in the summertime. I installed a little mini air conditioner here, but I need a little bit more help. And what I did was I purchased some insulated drapes. These are lined and insulated like this, and they also are they also are a tab pocket on the back, which I really like. This comes in, let's see, you can also use it as a pole top drape or the tab pockets, which the tab pockets are beautiful. It looks just like it's a regular, I don't know what you can call them, regular kind of drape, pleated drape. But this is my problem. We have, when I've been looking on the internet, I found lots of people are having these problems when you have this. This is solid aluminum, and I have aluminum everything. The ceiling, when this extension was put on, I just hired some company to do it, and it's just all aluminum. And it's right down to the ground almost is aluminum, and then I've got this little plasticky wall thing. But the problem is how do I hang my drapes? So what I figured out is if I take these hooks, and these are just like shirt hooks, or I have the package here. These are just, it was a value pack of coat hooks, coat or robe hooks. And then what I did was I purchased these self-drilling screws, and this is for screwing into metal or aluminum. I made sure when I asked the guy, he said that will go into your aluminum. And then what I purchased was this conduit, electrical conduit, and I purchased it in 10 feet pieces. And I needed, this is 19 feet, this wall here, and then this wall, the shorter walls are 12. So I purchased two 10-foot ones for my 19-foot wall, and then I purchased two 10-foot ones for my 12-foot wall. And then what I need to do now, and I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to be doing that next, is I'm going to be cutting that conduit piece and putting it together. This is the conduit right here, and it comes in this metal color. It's like a silver. And what I did was I spray painted it with a white paint, and then I let it dry overnight. And I also purchased these Conduit Connections, and this is what I'll be connecting my poles to. So once I cut my piece, and to do this I also am going to need one of these hacksaws, and this will cut steel, metal, and so I had to purchase that as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my piece right here, just a short piece, to finish off my wall. But I want to show you what I did. I pre-did a pilot hole, pre-drilled. You can see that little tiny hole there, which was a mistake. where I wanted to hang it higher. So what I did was I did a very, very, very skinny pilot hole first in the aluminum with an electric drill, and then I drilled in my hooks, and I wanted them as close to the ceiling as possible. So when I slip the pole through this, right here, it's just enough space from the pole to the ceiling. And then when I put the curtains on, when I stretch them out, it'll be flat and flush. Or when you fold them up, it gives the nice pleats. And this is what those tabs do, those tab pocket, the back tab ones. Right here. And then the final look is this. So what I used was electrical conduit right here. There's the 10-foot piece, and you can see in the corners what I did. This one's going in, and then the next piece will go right, the next pole coming off on this side, right here. I'm going to extend a piece and come through to there and meet there. So when you close them, and what I can do for the corner is I can lift that up and move it over into that area there, because the pockets, those tabs on the back, will allow me to do that. These tabs right here on the end, so I can have the hook end up being here, so this will come flush right to the corner of my room. So that helps with the corners right there. So both poles will meet and cover the corners. Now after I have it all completed, I'll show you my next step in the video. So I'm going to stop for now, cut my pieces, finish hanging, and then I'll show you the completed look in a minute. I finished all of the poles. Cutting the pole actually took, with the hacksaw, about 2 minutes to cut through one pole, but about 1.5 to 2 minutes. It was not too difficult. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say the cutting was about probably a 6. There was a little bit of sweat equity in there. I have to still put up, or actually just finish fixing the pleats of the drapes. You can see here some are unevened, but the overall look I think works well. I chose to use that conduit pipe instead of a curtain rod because, first of all, these curtain rods were long. One wall was 12 feet, and the 2 walls were 12 feet, and one was 19 feet. This is the 19-foot wall right here. And instead of doing lots of curtain rods, I think this was the easiest, just with those hooks. That's why I ended up doing that, and also cost. This was very inexpensive. The pipes were about $3 a piece, and the hooks were about $8. And I used 2 packages of hooks. They came in packages of 6. And I used 4 of the rods, plus 4 10-foot poles, plus 1 5-foot pole. And I think the 5-foot pole was like $2 or $1.68 or something like that. So all in all, the curtain rods and hooks were very inexpensive. Like I said, the biggest part of this was the curtains, and I did have to send back some. I'm hoping that this will give enough insulation to this room. This room feels a little bit hot today. We're toward the end of May in Florida, and compared to when I walk into my home, but like I said, I just finished hanging them, so half the curtains were not hung up. So we'll see tomorrow if the temperature is almost the same, or if it makes a difference, almost the same as inside my house, or if this is cooler. I think that it's feeling like it's cooler than what it has been without the drapes. I'm sure any little bit of help will help the electric bill. But as far as the look, you know, I prefer no curtains on my window. I prefer to see out in this gorgeous nature and beautiful backyard that I have with all these oak trees. But like I said, this is for insulation, and we're trying to help reduce costs and reduce heat. and be able to enjoy this room in the summer. And if I feel like I want to sit out here and look out, I can open up the drapes and I could show you what that looks like when we have it fully closed, or fully opened actually. Well, I just opened up the drapes and you can see how the tabs, the tab tops all went together and pleated nicely. They are reduced to a minimal on the walls. I did leave the doors, these two framing the doors, and of course I have some shears. This just helps with the insulation on that door. I have the dogs that we have to go in and out of, and there's more openings in the door. So I am going to keep some shears there for at least the summer. And you can see how tightly these close over here. Now to the very left, this little bundle here, this is 6 panels on one side and 2 panels on the other, and they condense down very nicely. I'm not sure with my length, and I ordered 96-inch lengths. I'm not sure if I'm going to trim them or hem them or not. We'll see. I do have 20 of them to hem, and that would take quite a long time. I do want to show you where I put the braces, the midpoint brace. I stuck here, and this is a 12-foot length pole, and I put one mid brace in, and actually it's not quite in the middle. But I want to show you now how easy it is to slide on this electrical conduit. It just slides. The whole panel just slides in, and because they're the tab tops, they condense down really nicely. This is 6 panels right here that I've just condensed down from the length of these windows. And I left one left over on the other side here. So they condense down nicely. I'm just wondering about the insulation. I'm hoping that it does make a difference. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can leave a little comment down below, and I will answer them when I can. I hope you enjoyed this little video tutorial, and I hope that this is helpful for you in your home projects.